All right, guys, so on our way to Pennsylvania to talk about closing on this property that we're about to buy, we were actually just talking about money, and
Here comes the money.
I figured it makes sense to start recording this to really talk about the 3 best areas to put your money and put your wealth in 2024 if you run a successful SMMA marketing agency, online business, or just business in general, and you're trying to figure out how to build generational wealth in 2024. This is going to be one of the biggest wealth transfers that we've ever seen and that we will probably ever see in our lifetime. And unless you're capitalizing on that opportunity right now, you're going to be dropping the ball, and you're probably never going to be presented with another blessing or opportunity like this ever before, because there's some crazy stuff happening in the economy. So I can't tell you, because I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, I barely graduated high school, so don't trust anything that I say. With that being said, right, this is where I'm putting my money, and I've been fortunate enough to put my money in some pretty good places that has yielded me some pretty good returns and has allowed me to build my wealth. So for starters is real estate. We're getting to a point in both of our agencies. Ben was actually one of my subscribers first, then he became a private student of mine, and now we're actually investing in real estate together. So it's pretty cool. We had so much money in our agency, we got to a point where we needed to get some tax write-offs, but also we needed to figure out how to multiply. The problem is the agency game is not a game of multiplication. The agency game is a game of addition and subtraction. And when it comes to building true wealth and becoming a liquid multi-millionaire, you need to start focusing on multiplying. How can you 10x your money? Like the great Grant Cardone would always say. But the challenge with that is you're parking hundreds of thousands of dollars in one property, and you have to keep that money in there for multiple years. You're not as liquid. So for a period of time, I stopped investing in real estate, but now I'm getting back into it, and I'm looking for a shorter term alternative, and that's why we're flipping houses now. So we have this great connection that we got from networking and just by being in mastermind groups, which is one of the biggest investments you can make, is an investment into yourself, right? But we're not actually going to talk about that on the video. Everyone knows that you should invest in yourself. So when it came to this deal, right, I didn't want to manage a construction crew. I didn't want to worry about finding the deal. I didn't want to do all the heavy lifting when it came to flipping the property. So we were able to partner with someone who is a real estate agent. They're a wholesaler, but they also manage their own construction company. And I know them from a mutual friend of mine who also invests a lot of money into these flips with this person. So when you start hanging around a lot of wealthy people, you start sharing tips and tricks of the trade of where everyone else is putting their money, and you can kind of learn from them and see what's working for them. So I'm just copying my friends. I'm copying the smart money. So we're doing this flip. We're probably going to put about $50,000 into it, and we're probably going to profit about $40,000 to $50,000 back. So we're going to get 100% return on our money. So if I had an excess amount of cash from my agency and I needed somewhere to park the money, I would try to find someone who really understands the flipping model or the real estate side of things, give them the funds to fund the deal, and let them do all the heavy lifting while you're able to multiply your money. And right now, Ben and I, we're focused on how do we get up to $500,000-$600,000 for our first year of flipping real estate, and that's profit, right? So that it's just another stream of income where we're not using our time or our active energy to create this income, but it's almost completely passive. The second thing is T-bills, and this is probably one of my favorite places to park my money.
What are T-bills?
So T-bills is basically like a bond. It's a short-term bond that you're basically loaning the United States government money. So every 4 weeks, I put in a new order for T-bills. So let's say I have $100,000 in the bank. Rather than keeping that money in the bank and not getting any interest on that money, while inflation is at 3, 4, 5%, and I'm actually losing money, which is why savers are losers, I'm able to loan that money to the United States government, which is arguably one of the safest places to put your money, because it's very unlikely that the United States government is not going to be able to pay you back. Worst case scenario, they can always just print more money.
I gotta do it, man.
So I'm loaning money to the United States, and on top of that, they're probably gonna give me about 5.75% interest on my money. So if I put $100,000 in, 12 months from now, I could have close to $6,000 worth of interest from the United States government, which is enough for me to pay for my stupid car, which is just an absolute liability, right? And that's the way I have money work for me, but I'm also hedging my bets against inflation so I don't lose my money. So the third place I like to put my money, and this is honestly probably one of my favorite places, is back into the agency. back into my business, back into myself, going to mastermind events, investing into more ads for my agency, investing into team, but also once again, investing into myself. And investing into myself isn't just about education. It's also about entertainment. I've learned that all this money that I'm making is worthless if I don't actually get to enjoy it. So I'm not out there splurging all my money, but because I have all these other streams of income where I'm bringing money in, I do like to reward myself. So me personally, how do I reward myself with positive addictions? Well, I like to fly planes. I like to go out to dinner with my friends. I like to do little things like that where I can celebrate my wins. And I feel like this is a big challenge with entrepreneurs. We always need to invest back into the business. We can't enjoy any level of success, right? Even if you're not making a lot of money, even if you're just starting off with the agency game and you're not making that much money, you could go out there, go to dinner after you close a client, spend $50 on a nice steak. You have to celebrate your wins or else you're gonna forget why you're doing this. So with that being said, those are the top 3 areas I would invest my money if I wanted to become extremely wealthy in 2024. I'll see you guys in the next one.